Something's wrong with that kid. Kevin Spencer. His head don't work, it never did. Kevin Spencer. You better not cross his path. Kevin Spencer. He's a chain-smoking alcoholic sociopath.
Kevin was still being treated by Mr. Franklin's really mean brother, Mr. Franklin. Because of Kevin, the first Mr. Franklin had had a nervous breakdown and was on sabbatical until his sanity returned or his paid union sick days ran out. The new Mr. Franklin was a whole lot meaner.
All right, you compassionless muttonhead. Today we're going to find out how you slid through the cracks and became such a wordless freak. Lie back on this couch. Close your eyes and relax, you little maggot. Relax!
Kevin wondered why Mr. Franklin was trying to hypnotize him again. That was the day Kevin learned the difference between hypnosis and electroshock therapy. Kevin's memories flew out of his head almost as quickly as his body flew around the room.
All right, Spencer. Why can't you fit in? Where did the system fail you? Answer me, damn you!
It was parent-teacher night at Kevin's school, and at least one of Kevin's parents had to show up or child welfare was going to put Kevin back into foster care. Kevin's last foster family always took an interest in him. They discussed his issues and tried to help him with his homework. Kevin didn't much care for that type of stuff because it pissed him off and usually ruined a pretty good cough syrup buzz. Kevin figured he'd better con one of his parents into going. He asked his mom, but she was too busy with her new phone sex service.
That's right, baby. I'm a sexy cheerleader. Now lather me in corn oil and call me a tramp.
Shut your hole. I'm trying to watch Cops.
Next on Cops, a fat drunk white trash bum gets busted, just like every week.
I'm still a handsome man.
Stay tuned after Cops for America's Most Hunted. Percy Spencer is wanted for assault, auto theft, public drunkenness, and failure to rewind rented videotapes. If you know Percy Spencer's whereabouts, do not notify the police. Kill him immediately!
That camera angle makes my gut look fat.
Sitting on your useless, unemployed ass makes you look fat. At least I'm getting $3 a minute.
Kevin's dad wondered what it would be like to get $3 a minute for sex. But since that was longer than he'd ever lasted with a woman, he decided it was better to earn money the old-fashioned way, by stealing it from your wife's purse. Kevin got an idea. He told the old man there was a blood donor clinic at school, and he'd get $5 if he came in and gave a pint.
All I gotta do is lie about the herpes, and I got me enough for smokes.
The first meeting was with Mrs. Kilbourne. She had a really long list of concerns about Kevin's behavior.
Violence shouldn't be the first course of action when faced with a problem.
Percy thought about what she said. Then he remembered the last teacher's strike, when Mrs. Kilbourne threw a brick at a busload of scab labor. Thinking about the man getting hit in the head with the brick made Percy laugh. Then the laughter stopped real quick, when Percy realized this wasn't a blood donor clinic after all. Percy figured he'd pop the boy a real sweet one in the head to teach him lying was wrong.
I'll parent-teacher night you freaking little a-hole.
It was a good thing for Kevin that his old man was an overweight drunk, because that meant he couldn't squeeze his fat ass out of the tiny grade school desk. The next meeting was with Kevin's gym teacher. Mr. Carty had some concerns about Kevin as well.
The boy's a loser! He's always daydreaming or drunk or whacked on glue. Last week, he put a sexual lubricant on the uneven bars.
The only bars Percy cared about were the ones that had happy hour, so he wasn't really paying attention. Percy really wanted to try out the trampoline because it brought back tender memories of the prison exercise yard. Kevin's dad bounced and bounced. Smokes, liquor, and lottery tickets filled the air. It was really fun, right up until the motion sickness kicked in. Mr. Donaldson, the woodshop teacher, was showing some other parents how to tighten the lathe.
We teach kids how to work with their hands so they don't have to ruin society for the working man by sucking the welfare teat.
Kevin's dad hated Mr. Donaldson. They both hung out at the same strip club, but all the girls liked Mr. Donaldson better because he was employed and he kept his pants up. Percy figured Mr. Donaldson could stand to learn a lesson or two. The shop teacher never saw it coming. The lathe pulled off his pants and his artificial leg and spun them around like a circus pinwheel. Percy laughed so hard he didn't pay attention and was kicked arse over tea kettle into the refreshments table. Percy passed out cold. When the police arrived, Kevin told him that his dad was on America's Most Hunted and got $300 for turning him in. That night, Kevin bought smokes, cough syrup, and enough sugar for every gas tank in the parking lot. Mr. Franklin thought a drug detox program might help Kevin come to terms with some of his issues. Kevin agreed to try it because he was a federally incarcerated prisoner and pretty much had to do whatever he was told. Kevin didn't like the strange, shaky people in rehab, especially his dad, whose DTs were getting so bad he could barely light his own smoke and hold on to his glass of contraband booze.
Hey boy, light daddy's smoke.
The rehab counselor asked everyone to share revealing personal stories about how they started abusing substances. That's how they ended up talking about Christmas.
And I said I wanted the red truck, but I got the blue leg.
Daddy sold all my Christmas toys so he could get a whore.
I really did see Mommy kissing Santa Claus, but not on the lips.
Then it was Kevin's turn. He told the story of how he and his dad went to church every Christmas. It was a family tradition passed down through the generations. First, they'd check the parked cars for tape decks. Then Dad would jimmy the lock on the church's wine cellar door. Finally, it would be time for Kevin's favorite Christmas tradition, holding open the front doors of the church while Dad hauled off a few beauty snowballs into the caroling congregation. On their way home, they passed a mall Santa Claus looking for donations. Kevin recognized the Santa as Mr. Big Ass, the school principal. Mr. Big Ass was fulfilling his court-ordered community service because the police had caught him skimming off the yearbook committee to pay for a hair transplant.
Help the poor? I am the poor, so F off.
When they got home, Charlie Plunt, Uncle Mike, and Uncle Frank were waiting with their usual Christmas greeting.
You owe me $37, Percy, you dumb fat bastard.
Give us the money or we'll break your foot with this hammer.
I don't got no money, so shut up and drink a beer.
Everyone came inside and played caps for hours. They had so much fun that Percy nearly lost an eye.
Jeez! I think I'm gonna piss myself! Oh my god! Wait! I forgot to buy eggnog!
Don't worry, I found some next to the radiator. It's still half full.
Percy showed everyone his legendary Christmas recipe of eggnog spiked with mouthwash. Then it was time for presents.
I don't suppose you brought a Christmas tree too, you stupid dink!
Kevin's dad surprised everyone with the decorated Christmas tree air freshener he'd taken from one of the stolen cars. Kevin's mom got the t-shirt she'd always wanted, and Dad got a special present when Mom tore up the restraining order she'd had on him since St. Patrick's Day.
I got you that home entertainment system, I promised.
I didn't get you nothing, on account of we don't have the same dad.
You know, Anastasia, I don't know if it's the mouthwash or the food poisoning talking, but
I'd sure like to take you over the mistletoe and slide down your chimney.
Take a chance, stud.
Charlie Plunt kissed Mum under the mistletoe. Then he kissed her under the kitchen table. When he finally kissed Mum under the apron, Percy figured he'd had enough.
That there's private parking, Plunt.
Kevin's dad slipped an ashtray into a Christmas stocking and popped Charlie a real sweet one right in the crotch.
That'll teach you not to fuck.
The party was in full swing, but Kevin wasn't having very much fun. He was wondering if there really was a Santa Claus, and if there was a true meaning to Christmas. Then he wondered what would happen if you put rifle bullets in a kitchen blender. Then he got the spins from all the booze and cough syrup and decided it was time for bed. When Kevin got to his room, he discovered Pete Wilcox had put something special in his Christmas stocking. Himself.
Happy birthday, Messiah! Look what I got you for Christmas! My unflinching loyalty and servitude in the name of the Almighty. And some chocolates.
Kevin told Pete the best Christmas present he could ask for would be to have everyone in the other room shut up so he could get some sleep and wait for the real Santa.
One silent night coming up. All right, shut up! Or I'll rip your arm off and beat you with the soggy end!
Soon the house was quieter than it had ever been, and Kevin slept until 3 a.m. when he was disturbed by a noise. Kevin thought that maybe it was Santa, but it was just the old man. Eggnog and mouthwash always made him sleepwalk, and he'd just pulled up a seat in the fridge to have a dump in the crisper. Christmas just didn't make any sense. Kevin headed back to the church looking for answers. When he got there, something about the nativity scene caught his attention. Maybe it was the way Principal Big Ass's car had collided with it, leaving the old fart drunk and unconscious in his Santa suit.
Holy son of a...
Since he was already passed out, Kevin figured Santa wouldn't be needing his liquor or bucket of charity money. After that, Kevin drank himself unconscious at the local landfill site. It was the best Christmas he'd ever had. Kevin was catching up on his shoplifting when he walked into the hobby section of the J-Mart store. Kevin thought if he had a hobby, he could share it with other people and they might like him. He almost had a hobby once when his dad stole a soapbox racing car from the neighbors, but before Kevin had a chance to try it out, the old man busted it up trying to outrun the cops after sticking up a liquor store. Kevin's dad wasn't too long on smarts. Just as Kevin was about to find a quiet corner to regurgitate years of shame, he noticed some model rocket engines in the hobby department. Kevin dreamed of all the neat things he could use these rockets for. Kevin was happy to finally have a hobby. He was even happier that his mom was usually so loaded that she always bought him the wrong size pants.
You with the lumpy pants! If you're not buying anything, get lost!
Kevin didn't much like being talked to like that, and decided to find out where the clerk's car was parked so he could try out one of his other favorite hobbies, key stripping. But just as he was about to leave the store, he noticed something. Something in the grocery department, on a can of whipped topping.
You know what that is, Taco Tripper? That's the dentist gas! The magic gas that makes the goose loose!
Kevin remembered how much Alan liked it when he wore the gas mask at the dentist, so he stuffed some of the canisters down his pants. At first, Kevin couldn't quite figure out how to get the gas out of the can without the cream. But eventually, he got the hang of it and decided this was much better than purposely overdosing on seasickness pills.
Stupendorific, my dysfunctional doppelganger!
Alan loved laughing gas, Kevin was pretty much just ambivalent to it because he was born without the ability to feel emotion. Still, even though he didn't feel things like Alan, he still liked the buzz more than watching television, because there weren't any commercials, and he didn't have to deal with the corporate agenda during his entertainment.
So you can fly, Kevin. You can fly, Kevin.
By now, Kevin had ingested enough cans of whipped cream to decorate an Italian wedding cake, which is why he figured Alan's idea made a whole lot of sense. He decided to go to school and show everyone how he could fly like a superhero. Then he'd be able to do all the things other big-time heroes did, like fighting crime, getting naked in phone booths, and kicking his sorry old man in the ass.
Hey, look! It's Santa Claus! Nah, it's Spencer. What's he doing?
Kevin told the other kids he was going to use rockets to fly, so he wouldn't have to put up with their crap anymore.
All right, everyone. You remember the rules for dodgeball? Oh, okay, good. Right, that's enough. Ow, knock it off. Listen, you little peckers. Hey, what the? Oh my God, Spencer, what are you doing?
Mr. Carty grabbed the rocket from Kevin's hand just as the fuse lit. But rather than flying like a superhero, the heat spot welded his hand into a fireball, and he simply writhed in horrible agony. Kevin was real disappointed. Kevin decided he'd be better off sticking with his old hobbies, swigging cough syrup and stealing.
It's career day again, class, and I'd like you all to welcome Porn Man. He's going to tell us about the exciting world of video production.
Hello, Porn Man.
Hello, class. I guess you're all thinking no one buys porno now because of the internet. You're wrong. My, it certainly is hot in here.
My head! My head! Oh my God, my head is on fire! Call 911!
Whoa, now that dude is hot.
What the heck are those wires coming out of my gas tank? Hey, it's the Lumpy Pants Kid!
After the electroshock, Kevin's memory didn't work too well for a few days. This made him happy, because he had no memory of how horrible his life was or what kind of people he was related to. Everyone thought he was cured of his malevolent hatred for humanity.
You're one of the most disturbed little freaks I've ever treated, and a credit to this institution. We've decided to release you. Good luck in your freedom. And your father wants to say goodbye.
Hey boy, when you visit, bring smokes.
Suddenly, Kevin's memories all came back to him, and when he remembered just what kind of rotten life he had, he got real angry. As he lost consciousness, Kevin wondered if he could break in and use the electroshock machine in his spare time. It was a cool buzz. Kevin had been undergoing a rigorous battery of electroshock treatments, and they had some temporary side effects. He kept forgetting what things were supposed to be used for. The shocks also made him suddenly become deathly afraid of soup. And worst of all, they were really pissing off Alan the Magic Goose. Kevin figured he'd better do his best to avoid getting the shock treatments again. Kevin went to the recreation room where the other inmates let off steam.
Yeah!
Hey, loser, I want to talk to you.
It was Pete Wilcox, but he wasn't being as friendly as usual.
You've been taking advantage of my weakened mental state. Well, I'm not going to be your slave anymore, now that I have my sanity back. I'm going to do something I should have done to you long ago.
Kevin was scared because he expected to get a holy ass whooping.
You're a poopy head, Kevin Spencer. A poopy-headed meanie.
Something sure was weird. Kevin tried to figure out what could get Pete all pissed off like that when his old man showed up.
Hey, boy, I've been thinking after all these years I ain't been much of a dad, so I'm changing. Here's a pack of smoke and the phone numbers to all my favorite hookers. Let's be family again.
Kevin didn't understand. His old man was being real nice to him. It was starting to make him kind of sick. Then Slappy Bigelow came in.
Hey, Spencer! Why are we always fighting with each other? Why don't we cut a deal?
That's when Slappy pulled out a crude knife he'd fashioned from an old toothbrush and a broken razor blade. It wasn't a Ginsu, but it could still chop 3 inmates in under a minute. This was terrible. Slappy Bigelow had cut off Kevin's head. Pete Wilcox wasn't sticking up for him anymore, and his old man seemed to care about him. But worst of all, he suddenly realized he wasn't wearing any pants. That's when he decided he must have been dreaming.
Oh, look! The little vermin's waking up. Thought we lost you, Spencer. You were unconscious, and we thought the electricity had killed you. But obviously you survived. Guess we'd better turn the machine up.
The whole thing was a pretty cool hallucination. As he felt the current rattling his brain, Kevin started to enjoy the liberating sensation. Even Alan seemed to be adapting to the situation.
Righteous!